Hey, Deb. Hey, Nee. Hey, Alabama Mike. If you guys can hear me, just type something in the box there. Get started in about 5 minutes. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me and everything's cool. It's just going to be me and you guys tonight. I'm going to open up some mics. Hopefully some of you guys made some calls, coming in with some objections that you couldn't overcome. We're going to listen to some calls from some other people, and we're also going to go over some propaganda sequences, and we're also going to go over getting proof for the people that don't have it. So if you can hear me, just type something in the box. Type yes, no, drop dead, whatever, something to let me know you can hear me. Oh yeah, I was just saying hi, Mike. You might need coffee tonight after this one. I might go a little crazy. Deb, Nee also here. So you guys can hear me. All right, cool. We're gonna get started in about 5 minutes or so. It's just gonna be me and you guys tonight. Lee is on a mission somewhere else, and he's doing some other stuff. So we're gonna go over. Hopefully, some of you did some calls and you have some problems. All of you who did calls, hopefully, all of you did calls. All of you who made phone calls should be coming back tonight saying they said this and I screwed it up, or they said this and I didn't know what to say, or this person threw this at me and I didn't know how to overcome it. So we're going to go over that. We're also going to listen to some calls that people have made. Okay, some of the people that I work with, and we're also going to go over a propaganda sequence. So one of the proof documents that I send, and we're also going to go over how to get the proof if you don't have it already. Okay, so a lot of high level stuff, all the stuff that you need to do this stuff. So Nee, I'm doing pretty well. How about you? That's what we're going to be going over tonight. So out of the people that are here, how many of you, if you made calls, just raise your hand or something. I got to shut those off. Sorry about that. If you made calls, just type in the chat box that you made calls. Hey, Cindy, David. David made calls. Perfect. Hopefully you have a mic tonight, right? Because I think we had trouble with you last week, right? We couldn't get you on or something. If you brought your mic and your computer's all fixed up, then we're going to put you on. And if you had any problems, which I'm sure you did, right? You had some issues, then we're going to fix them up for you. Oh, you were from Australia, right? You were the one that should have been on the phone. Should have been on the phone from day one. You were really, really good. Forgot about that. And Cindy was really good too. All right, so David, we're going to open your mic up here in about 3 minutes or so. I'm just going to take a quick break because I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee too. Whoever Alabama Mike just mentioned that. I'm going to run up to my little Keurig machine, push some buttons around, and then we will get started. So I'm going to open up David first, and we're going to go over your problems, whatever you had on the phone. And so, I've been dealing with. So I'm behind on stuff, but bringing up the rear. Mike, Do it at your pace, man. You got some stuff going on you got to deal with. That's some serious stuff too. So you got to take care of that first. Family comes first always. All right, so I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, make myself a cup of coffee, and then we'll get started. All right, guys, here we go. Who's ready? Who's coming on first? David's going to take 5 minutes. Not good. I think I'm procrastinating too much. The 30 coaching is very helpful. Nee, good. Okay, so what's your problem? Why? What's the issue? What are you stopping yourself from doing? I want to kind of address the problems. What we're going to do here tonight is we're going to address some problems that we have now from last week first. We're going to go over the training for the night, and then at the end we'll do Q&A on the training that we have this week. Send you guys off to do the work this week, and then next week we'll address whatever problem. That's a pretty good format. That's usually how I run it. So. And again, for those of you who are coming in a little bit late, what we're going over tonight is the calls. Whoever made calls last week, we're going to address the issues that you guys had, any problems that you had. Then we're going to have, I'm going to play you some calls from some of my people that I work with. Then we're going to go over some of the proof documents that I send, or actually one proof document that I send. Then we're going to go over how to get the proof if you don't have any. So I know a lot of you were like, oh, I'm just starting this stuff. I never did it before. How do I send out these emails, propaganda sequence? I don't have any of that stuff. I'm going to show you how to get it even if you don't have any of it. It's very, very simple. All right. And it's exactly how I do it as well, because I don't have any proof either, believe it or not, because I don't do SEO. I mean, that's not what I do. I own a consulting company. I don't do search engine optimization or any of that stuff, but I still have tons of proof for it, and I still sell a crap load of it. So, all right. So who's ready to go on? Is Cindy, are you ready to come on and talk about the calls you made, or no? Okay, Cindy's going to take a minute as well. Whoever's ready first, just raise your hand and I will invite you in, and then we'll hash out whatever problems that you had. Take about a half hour to do this, and then we'll go into the training for the evening. I think you guys are really going to like the stuff that I'm going to show you tonight, because basically I wasn't well with the flu, so I haven't made any calls. Still haven't set up my assets yet. Okay, well, if you're sick, you were sick. It is what it is, right? I know, I don't know where you're from, Nee, but I know around here there's been a lot of stuff going around. I have like special ability to not get. I had the bird flu in 2012, January 2012. That was the last time I had a fever. I don't know. Maybe it's my mind. It just fights it off. All right, Cindy, whenever you're ready, just let me know and I will, you can come on in. So yeah, tonight, what the stuff I'm going to teach you guys tonight, I think you're really going to like, because I use it as a propaganda sequence, as part of my sequence. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the whole entire document and also teach you how I get the proof. But you can also use this. I know people that, I actually got it from somebody who just uses it as like a cold email. So he'll kind of do the research that Lee talks about, where he finds a hook and all that stuff, and then he'll send this email out to like 5 or 6 people or 10 people a day, and he closes a lot of deals with just the email. You know, he closes them over the telephone, but he gets the incoming calls from the email, so it works really well. The guy was a police officer, and he retired from the police department, and this is how he gets clients. And I just turned it into, for me, I just turned it into part of my propaganda sequence, because I don't do emailing. All right, Richard is on. What's up, Richard? I don't even see you in here.
Hi, it might be Cindy.
Oh, there you go. Signed him with a different name. That's okay. Okay, so you made some calls this week, Cindy. Good job. What happened? How'd it go?
I got an outsourcer to make me a list, a spreadsheet
Cool.
of 300 lawyers
Nice.
in like 4 different towns,
Okay.
and I didn't do a lot of calling. I kept calling, and a lot of them, they weren't good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Of the people that I reached, I would say I actually pitched 31 people.
Nice.
So like maybe I think I tried to reach about 108 people,
Okay.
and so I pitched 31 people, and there was also 30 people, though might have been 40 people. There were a lot of people that just like blew me off quick.
Mm-hmm. We'll get over that tonight. Go ahead.
So at the 31 people that I spoke to, 20 of them said, yeah, sure, send me a lead.
Okay, so you talked to 30 people, you got 20 people to say yes.
31 people, and got 20 people to say yes. I mean, they said a lot of things like, oh, I'm not going to buy anything, or I don't have any money, don't try to sell me anything, that kind of thing. But, most people, the people that I was actually able to speak to, most of them were pretty nice and friendly. The 30 or 40 people that I couldn't reach, I got a lot of people, as soon as I got on there, try to talk to them, they were like, well, I'm in court, I'm with a client, and click. So I didn't call those people back. Um, I guess maybe I can call them back in the future. They weren't like saying don't call me, but I
Right.
had during the day I had a bunch of people do that.
Yeah. So
And
just one thing, I'm going to stop you real quick. Then this is just for people who are dealing with lawyers. Okay, it's about 70% of my client base. A lawyer's schedule looks like this: 9 in the morning, 11 in the morning, court, almost
okay.
every day. Okay. From 11:30 or 12 to like 4, it's lunchtime for a lawyer. They don't do anything. Then they go back to their office at like 4 and they work on their cases or whatever. And then from like 6 to 8 at night, they do consultations. So the
Okay.
best time to get them is at between 6 and 8 at night.
Okay, yeah. See, I guess I called up till about 7 o'clock at night,
Hmm.
but and I always tried in the afternoons.
Right. A
So the
lot of
people
times on the
maybe said the
weekends
report
too.
were lying. I don't know.
A lot of times on the weekends are good for lawyers.
Okay.
Yeah, because they'll just go in on a Saturday to catch up on some work or whatever, and then, they'll be in there by themselves in jeans and a t-shirt. You just catch them off guard.
Yeah, it seemed like it took a lot of time to actually get people,
Hmm.
but it wasn't too hard to get most of them to say, yes, send me a lead.
Right. Okay. So what was the? It's kind of hard with you, Cindy, because you talked to 31 people and you got 20 of them to say yes. So I mean, we don't have much of a problem here. I mean, you could just keep doing that over and over again, and you'll be fine.
But I
But
did deal with those other 30, 40 people, so that I couldn't even get a pitch off with.
okay, all right. So let's go over that then. What was the problem with that? Like, what was your main deal, or what were some of the things that you heard that we can overcome?
As soon as I would say something, they would say, "Look, can you call me back? I'm here with a client."
Okay, well, if they actually, there's two ways to go about that, right? If they're actually in the middle of a courtroom and you hit them on a cell phone, then they probably have a legitimate point, right? So that's the first way you can go about it. And you could say, okay, and you could tell them when's a better time to call you or whatever. Or you could do it my way, which is a little bit harder, but you could say, go ahead, tell me you don't have time, tell me you're with a client.
I I can't talk to you right now. I got a client in front of me. Can call me back later.
Right, Cindy, listen, let's just be honest with each other and start the relationship off right. If you didn't have 30 seconds to talk to me, you wouldn't have picked up the phone. Right back to the pitch wherever you left off.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say we're at the part where we say, I don't even know if I could do it or not, right? And the guy just cuts you off and he says, I don't know, I don't have time right now. You say, listen, if you didn't have 30 seconds to hear me out, you wouldn't have picked up the phone. Okay, and then you're going to say, listen, I don't even know if I could do it or not, but if I could send you a lead right now or in 3 weeks or whatever it is, would you take it? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's
Okay, and
good. I didn't think of that at all.
right, no, that's okay. I'm going to tell you a lot of things you didn't think of, and that's fine. That's just experience. I've been doing it a long time. I've heard everything under the sun. You don't have to write any of it down because it's all going to be recorded. What else? Hit me with something else.
That's what the people that are, some of them just said, "Hey, I'm not interested." Boom, and hung
Okay,
up.
when are they saying that?
When they would like interrupt me in between. When I would say, my name's Cindy. A lot of times, right then and there, they would say, "I'm not interested."
But you're calling a lawyer though, right?
It's true, but when I maybe they
Okay,
were
I'm
saying
just
that
trying to
because
figure out. I'm just asking you that question because I'm just trying to figure out if it's a tone issue or a wording issue.
yeah, I don't have the pitch right here in front of me, but
No, that's okay.
they would a lot of times they'd shut me down pretty early on. The ones that wanted to shut me down.
Okay, I don't have the
And
picture in front of me either, but just try to shut me down. Try to act like them so I can try to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out what the problem is, if it's tone or wording. So try to shut me down, right? Answer the phone.
hello,
Hi, how you doing? Is this Cindy?
this is Cindy.
Hey, Cindy, this is Kenny. The reason why I'm calling you is because I have this crazy idea, and honestly, I don't even know if I could do it or
Kenny, I
not.
gotta stop you right there. I got some people in front of me.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about right now?
No, but I'm
Okay,
short on.
so this is what I'm going to do. I have somebody that also wants to get in front of you, and I just want to get your okay if I could send them your way. If somebody needs to get divorced right now, are you willing to put them in a conference room and talk to them and tell them about what you do?
Yes.
Okay, good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call you back in 3 weeks with that person's contact information. Grab a pen. My name is Kenny, Kenny. Write down my phone number, 555, whatever.
Okay.
Okay? Now, again, you're not going to think of that stuff. And the only reason why I can think of that stuff is because I've done it thousands of times. All right, so you
Yeah,
just have to
if they gave me
listen.
too much, I just usually let them go. If they hung up on me, I just let it go.
Right, and that's okay. Listen, there's so many lawyers and doctors. I mean, low-hanging fruit, right? You could just get hung up on and just move on to the next one. But if you really want to learn how to sell stuff, that's how you do it. Because when you go to call back the second time, it ain't going to be this easy. you're not going to get 20 out of 31. Right? Now, out of those 20, you might get 2 or 3 that pay you $1,500, $2,000 a month, and that would be great. But you're not going to get, 70% of them or whatever that number works out to be. So
No.
it's going to be a lot harder, and you're going to have to do a little bit of battling, not much, but a little bit. So let's go with something else. What else did you hear? Like, what was the other issue?
When I would try to tell them about that, I have an idea and I don't even know if it's going to work. A lot of times they were like, look, I'm kind of busy. I'm not interested.
Right.
They say something like that to me, or they'd say they had a client, or they said they're right in the middle of something.
Okay. Cindy, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me exactly what you're not interested in? Like bullet point by bullet point.
Time right now, Kenny.
Okay, that's fine. And I don't want to even give you what I'm going to offer. I just want to know for the next lawyer that's 3 doors down from you, when I call him, I just want to do a little better. So why don't you tell me what you're not interested in? Because the reason why I called you was to send you someone who is going to pay you and buy your services. If you're not interested in that, the guy 3 doors down from you will be. And I'm sure you see him in court every 3 days. So do you want to listen to me, or do you want me to call that guy? Because this person that needs a divorce is going to go somewhere. Okay, so again, we'll break there. Again, it's just all about, how you want to go with it. If somebody says not interested and you don't want to battle them, that's fine. But again, once you get into the later stages of selling the thing, you're going to have to be a little bit pushy every once in a while. I mean, I'm just naturally like that on every call that I make because I was just trained that way. I mean, I can't help it. But is there anything else that anybody said that you could think of?
I just got that. I got that. I'm not interested. I have people in front of me right now. I'm in a meeting. I'm right in the middle of something. Those are the only things I can think of.
Right. The best thing and you said something about money too, and we'll address that in a second. But the best thing you could say to someone when they say, I'm busy right now, on this type of call is you say to them, let's be honest with each other. If you really were as busy as you say you were, you wouldn't have answered the phone. But you can't just say, go ahead, say, this is the wrong way, right? Say, I'm busy right now, I can't talk.
I'm busy right now, Kenny. I can't talk.
Okay, if you were really that busy, you wouldn't have picked up the phone. Give me 30 seconds of your time. And that's not the way to say it. Okay, when somebody says I'm busy right now, what you say to them is you say, listen, let's be honest with each other. If you were really as busy as you say you were, you wouldn't have even picked up the phone. And then right back to your paper. The tone is what matters. The way that you say it matters. It's 95% of what you're doing. The words are important, but really it's how you say it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't stay on the paper or keep getting back.
You gotta stay on the paper. You gotta read word for word. But the way that you say it is really, really, really important. So you had a money issue as well. Somebody said something about money, or they're not buying anything or whatever.
I'm just saying that the 20 people that said, yeah, you could call me when you get a lead. A lot of them were like, "What? Remember, I'm not going to buy anything from you, or I don't have any money to buy anything." Or
so, Cindy, let me ask you this: you're an attorney, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, actually, I got to ask you a question. What do you call? What kind of lawyers are you calling?
A family law.
Okay. So, Cindy, you're a family law attorney, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would guess that your retainer fee is probably anywhere between $2,000 up to $4,000. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me ask you this: if I were to send you a lead that walked into your office and they wrote you a check for $4,000 for a retainer fee, you're gonna call me back and tell me you didn't have any money? Because I don't want you to lie to me. Listen, Cindy, you can tell me you don't like me. You can tell me you don't like what I'm selling you, but you don't lie to me. If I send you a client that buys from you, you don't call me back and tell me you don't have any money.
No, then I'd have money.
Oh, then you'd have money, right? Now, you said you were in court. You said you were in court this morning, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what were you doing in court if you don't have any money? And the only reason you're in court is because you have a client, right?
Right.
Okay, so you have money. The only reason why you're telling me you don't have money is because you don't believe in what I'm selling. So when I send you the lead and when I show you that that person is going to close and that person is going to pay you money, then you'll take me seriously and then maybe you'll think about buying something from me. Is that right?
Probably.
So what probably? So what you're telling me is if I send you somebody cold off the street that pays you $4,000, you're gonna hang up on me?
No.
No, you're gonna listen to me. I mean, you passed law school. I'm not calling you a genius, but you're not an idiot either. If I send you someone off the street that pays you $4,000, you're not gonna hang up on me.
No.
And if I put $4,000 in your pocket, you're gonna listen to me, and possibly then you might buy something from me. Is that right?
Yes.
I'll call you back in 3 weeks.
Okay, Kenny. So should I battle them about the money when I got them to say yes, or just say yeah?
Could.
Or you when in a couple weeks?
Listen, it's really about your comfort level, right? I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but
Right.
I also don't want you to become. Listen, there are people that only take the low hanging fruit, and eventually you're going to run out of low hanging fruit, right? Because what happens with low hanging fruit is that it's great in the beginning, but everyone can close the low hanging fruit. See, I like the people that give me not interested right away. I'm busy. I'm on the phone with someone. I don't have money. I'm never because those people like you, no offense, but people like you who are just starting, they get baffled and they hang up. So I have no competition. When I get through to those people, they're clients forever because nobody else can get through to them. So that's really the level that you want to get at. Now, that's over time, right? That's not right away. Because the number one thing is to pick up the phone and dial it. And if you're just if you're afraid to do it because you don't want to battle people, then you're never going to get anywhere. So I just want you to get comfortable at it first. Then once you get comfortable, and it seems like you're doing pretty well, 20 out of 31 is pretty good. Once you get to a level where you feel like you want to battle, just try it one step at a time. Battle not interested a little bit. Get comfortable there, right? Battle the I'm with a client now a little bit. Get comfortable there. Battle the money thing. Get comfortable there. I like when somebody tells me they don't have money up front. It rarely, if ever, happens. But I like that because I can almost like pre-close them like I just did to you 3 weeks before I'm actually going to sell them anything.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah, it never comes up though. Very, very rare that somebody says, I'm not buying anything. I don't remember because I'm just sending you a lead, man. Like, what do you, I don't even know what it doesn't even make sense. It's like walking into a motorcycle shop and saying you're not buying a car. I mean, we don't sell them here. So what the hell are you talking about?
Maybe I was too salesy or something. I don't know, but.
Well, it could be. It could just be too that again. It could be tone, right? Because a lot of people who get calls all the time can pick up on somebody, and they know if they can beat them up or they got to get rolled over. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? If somebody calls me and they cold call me, I could tell if I could beat that person up and smash them over the head, or if they're going to beat me up a little bit. I mean, I can just tell by the tone of their voice, like how they are. And a lot of these people, they may hear you, and that's why I said it could be a tone issue, it could be a word issue. They may hear you and they may say, I don't have to listen to this lady, and just hang up. Now, some people may hear you and they say, I could never hang up on this person. And then that same person can get a call from me and say, this guy's an idiot. I'm hanging right up on him. Right? So it really depends on the person that you're dealing with and the tone and pace of how you're going about it.
Well, I need more practice for sure.
Yeah, Cindy, you made 100 calls. I mean, you need a lot, but you did great on the first 100. But the one problem that I would say is that the list didn't seem that good.
No, the list I got from the outsourcer wasn't that good.
Yeah,
you know how outsourcers are. Sometimes you don't get the right one. And
right. Yeah, that's the other issue. So, but yeah, I mean, once you get that all squared away, then you should be good to go. And the most important thing is just to keep calling. All right, so we're gonna take. I think David was coming on next, so we will bring him in. Okay, David, whenever you're ready, just hop on. Sorry, Cindy, what'd you say?
I say thank you.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just keep calling, and if you have any problems during the week, just let us know.
Thanks.
Hey, David.
Hey, Kenny.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Good.
Okay, so what problems were you having? I'm going to guess they were similar.
Okay, firstly, I just want your advice on something.
Sure.
I called. Okay, so I called quite a few businesses in the contracting service industry, right? Roofing, I called. Landscaping, I called. Concrete paving, and And my concern was that these guys are one-man bands. So, like, being it, if you're a one-man band and then down the track you're about to pitch them something for $1,000 or $1,500 a month, that's like, would be like a huge expense to them. So I'm thinking of switching up to more. I had no problems in getting through to like the owner. I used an app called Scope Leads, and it spat out like really, really good leads. And I was calling cell phone numbers and, getting the person, the decision maker basically on the phone straight away. But that was just a bit of a concern of mine moving forward.
Right. My concern with that is not that they can't pay you. My concern with that is, can they handle what you're going to send them? That would be my worry. Like, if I have a one-man show that owns a landscaping company and I send the guy 20 deals a month, is he going to be able to handle that business? Because if he can't handle it, then he can't pay me. Right? I need him to close those deals and do the work and get paid from those people so that he can give me some of that money. So that would be my concern. It's not that the 1,500 or 2,000 is gonna freak him out. Because if I'm sending him $5,000 in business, he's going to pay me $2,000.
Yeah.
But can he handle it? I mean, that's the issue. So I think you're right. I think contractors, though, I would probably stick with, because they're not a one-man. If it's a general contractor, he's hiring everything out anyway, so he doesn't care how many people, how many leads he has. It doesn't matter. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff I would definitely stick with. But the landscapers and the one-man show painting companies and stuff, I would. They're self-employed people. We want to stay away from them.
Yeah. So I've called quite a few of those. I had no real resistance to sending him leads.
You're usually not going
Nah. And then, the conversation, they tried to steer the conversation into, I currently get leads from, House, which is like a home advisor, or a Go Felix, I guess, something similar to that in America. And, then they tried to ask, how much per lead and stuff like that. And I found it difficult diverting from that, because they were actually quite interested in getting more leads. And then they wanted to talk about actually on the spot, they actually wanted to talk about like, how much they're getting charged currently for leads and how much, like I would charge.
Okay. So let's do that. So you be them. Go ahead and say whatever you're going to say.
Hi, this is Dave.
No, you're them. No, you're going to we don't have to do the pitch. We did that like 10 times already. Just do the part where you're having the issue with the pricing. So whatever they say to you when it comes to the how much do you charge or whatever, just say that part, and then I'll be you rebutting that.
Okay. All right. So I currently use House, and they charge me $45 a lead.
Right.
How much do you guys charge, and how do you deliver the leads, and are they exclusive?
Right. Well, that's actually a good question, because like I said before, I mean, I'm not even 100% sure that what I do is actually going to work for you, but let me ask you this. What is the quality of the leads that you get right now? And when I say that, what I mean is, like, if you get 10 leads or 100 leads, how many of those leads turn into paying customers?
Maybe 1 in 10.
So about 10%. So let me ask you this then. If you're paying, you said $45, right? If you're paying $45 per lead and you're getting 1 in 10 to say yes to you, if I was willing to give you the same 100 leads and guarantee you that 20% of them say yes for half the price, would you do it right now?
Yeah, for sure. that's a good rebuttal.
Listen, if they're asking about price, they want to buy it, right?
Yeah, they're asking about price, and then yeah.
Now here's your deal, David. Here's your thing, right? You use that rebuttal on the guy that just said the $45 lead thing. The second he says yes to you, you take their money and you get on the phone with us. Because we're going to have to provide that.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't do that.
Yeah.
right? I can do that because I call up my people in India. I'm like, dude, get on it. And they fire an
Yeah.
AK-47 up in the air and they round up their troops. You have to get on the phone with us so that, or somebody, if it's not us, you got to have some way to fulfill that.
Yeah,
Right?
I got quite a few really qualified leads. I had some really good chats with people. I did, I don't know, 80% of the time I stuck to the script, but then some people were just asking questions, and I kind of couldn't help but, I don't know, not be rude, but just because they were like kind of genuine questions that they were really interested. So I continued on the conversation. So
like what though? Like what was one of them?
okay, so how are the leads exclusive? Are they via email? How does it work as far as you providing the leads? How do you charge? I got asked quite a few questions. So I'm just looking at my notes. I just write them down.
Do you want to go through them one by one with me right now? Because we can if you want, and I can teach you how to overcome all.
Yeah. Yeah, that were the main ones. They were the main ones.
So this is landscaping, right?
This was landscaping, roofing, and paving. Like paving, like concrete paving, stone paving. Like driveways and.
Okay,
things like that.
so pick one of those, and we'll play out every question that you have, and I'll teach you how to overcome.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which one, just pick.
Sure, I've got a lot of interest in the paving sector.
Okay, so let's just go question by question.
Okay, so
No, look,
how do you?
I'm here with Udo.
Hey, Cindy, can you mute your mic?
A milk drink or a Coke drink?
David, hang on a second. I don't know how to work webinars yet. Cindy, can you mute your mic? Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna go one by one, and we're gonna do the paving.
Yeah.
All right, so just question by question. Now, I'm assuming you already went through the first part of the pitch, and you said, "Will you take a lead if I send you one?" Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now the question.
Okay, so just disregard the 3 or 4 that were just rude and just too busy, and I just didn't like the tone of their voice. So I didn't really want to continue on because I had hundreds of people to call. You know what I mean? So disregard those. The good ones, they first thought I was. A couple of them first thought I was calling from, like, we have a lot of trade sites here that provide leads already in Australia. Right. So similar to Home Advisor, I guess, or what's the other one there in America? Go Felix, I think it is, or something like that, where they charge per lead. So we have quite a few of those here in Australia. So a couple of them thought I was calling from there. I've said absolutely not. No, I'm not part of that organisation. And then I went back to the kind of the script where I said, look, I'm not sure even if I can do this yet, but I'm pretty sure I can. And again, can you handle a lead? They're like, yes, I can. Then straight away, it was very much into pricing.
Okay. So whatever they said, let's just go one by one.
Okay, yeah. So basically, all right. So how much do you charge per lead, and is there a refund guarantee?
A refund guarantee? No. Like, what do you mean by that? Just explain. So we're just on the same page.
So, yeah. So if the lead doesn't go through, do they get refunded on it? If the lead doesn't turn into a sale.
Actually, yes, there is. But this is how it works. All right. Let me just explain it to you. There's a refund guarantee. But here's what you have to do for me, David. You have to come to my house when I'm not here, redo my whole driveway, and when I come home, if I don't like it, you got to give me my money back. I mean, come on. We're doing business here, right? You wouldn't do that, would you? Of course you wouldn't. Now listen, your closing ability has nothing to do with me. I'm going to send you people that have chopped up driveways that need new paving stones on their front lawn. And that's it, man. If you can't shut the deal, then that's not my fault. They have money, they have a want, they have a need, they have a desire, and they have the ability to say yes or no right now. If you can shut them down, you're going to make more money than you ever thought possible.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that was one. And then are the leads exclusive, and are they email leads or phone leads?
Okay, so let's handle that one by one, right? Because they're two separate questions. So what was the first one?
Are the leads exclusive, or do you give them to 3 people like other sites do?
Right now, David, they're exclusively to me because nobody's getting them. Now, we're on the phone together, me and you. Somebody needs to put a driveway on these people's front lawn. Now, right now, we're on the phone together. That could be you if you want to. I mean, I don't know, but whatever. That could be you, or it could be competitor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we hang up the phone and don't do a deal. That's up to you, though. I mean, you can decide that. That's how you handle it. But you got to know the competition for that. Right?
Yeah.
So if the competition is Joe's driveway, then you could say right now they're exclusively to me because I'm not giving them to anybody. So the people need a driveway done. Right now we're on the phone together. If you have a truck ready and you can go put a driveway down for them today, I'll give you the lead and it's yours and you go do the work. Simple as that. Or I can call Joe over at Joe's driveways and he can do it. It's up to you. But we're on the phone right now, so it's your call.
Yeah. And the other one was, are they contact form leads? Are they email leads or they're phone leads?
Let me ask you a question, David. Which one of those two would you prefer, or would you prefer both?
Definitely phone leads.
You prefer phone leads. So let me ask you this. What if I can get you name, email, and phone number so you have everything? Would that be even better? This way you can contact them through email and through the telephone.
Yeah, sure.
So now let me ask you this then. If I could get you name, email, phone number, address, and I knew they were qualified on the money end of it, and I was half the price of the house thing that you said before, if I was half the price of the lead company that you're using right now, and I could guarantee you that I'd close at double the rate that they do, would you do the deal right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Every question you get, you close on it.
Right.
Or you deflect it, but that's it's a different deal. You're either going to deflect it or you're going to close on it, but these you're going to answer and you're going to close on them because they're asking you to buy from you.
Yeah. I deflected a bit because I didn't want the conversation to go too far. And it's interesting that these guys are generally interested in leads, that's for sure. So good. We've got a good business model here.
Well, it's funny because I sit here and it's not really you guys, but the people in the $27 product on the Warrior thing, they're like, this can never work. This is impossible. And I'm like, dude, just make 100 phone calls. And you'll see that these people, like, they're not going to hang up on you. They want what you're selling them. You're selling them money, basically. But they never try it. So more for you. But you're right. I mean, you see, Cindy started last week. She didn't know how to make a phone call. She gets 20 leads out of 30 people she talked to. And you're getting people that are asking you to buy from you. Now, it's not your fault. You didn't really know how to handle it, where to go with it. But, those deals, you could have closed them.
Yeah. Well, I've got some pretty hot leads to really they've gone from cold to warm to on the phone now being literally pretty hot.
Right.
And now I'm just stuck. I just said I'd get back to them. Now I'm just completely stuck on what to do next. But I guess we're going to get into that. But yeah.
What you're going to do next is what I show you tonight after we're done.
Yeah, I literally out of about 80 calls I made, I literally have got 5 where the conversation went for more than 20 minutes. And they actually really, I think 4 of them out of 5 asked for a proposal.
Yeah. Listen, what we're doing here is kind of stupid. It's not that complicated. They want what you're selling them. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah, so I literally just said I would get back to them as soon as I can, with an idea of how we can possibly work together. In the meantime, if I can send you a lead, I definitely will be in contact as soon as possible. So,
right. See, now you're in a very unique situation. Not really a unique situation, but nobody else in the group is really doing this. You're in a situation where you hit an industry where they're already buying leads, right? So and you know that.
They are.
You know, it's like, listen, you're paying $40 right now. If I can get it down to 20, do you do it? And you're charging a guy $2,000 a month for 100 leads, and then it's just a matter of finding the right person to fulfill it for you. That's all. And working the numbers on Facebook ads and Google. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the leads that they're buying are non-exclusive, so they get selected between they get given to 3 contractors, and then they have to battle it out.
Right. Yeah,
that's what I've learned.
And then it's a price war.
Yeah, because they've got 2 other people that they know are also going to get that same lead, and they have to battle it out with them.
Yeah, and then it just becomes a price war, and then you're commoditized, and you don't want to be that way. So instead of you paying 40, I'm going to give it to you for 20, and it's only going to go to you. But then listen, and you'll do this, but I need to say it. You sell the lead to one person. You actually do that. You know, you could very easily take that lead and sell it to 3 different people. But if you're going to do it, that's got to be in the presentation. You know, or you play the exclusive role. You charge the guy. Do the math. 100 leads a month. That's probably what they're buying. $20 a piece is $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's it. And they're going directly to them, so they're going to close more because they're going directly to them. So I would feel comfortable guaranteeing them double. I would say if I could double your close rate and cut your lead costs in half, would you do the deal right now? Because if they're closing 10% when it's 3 of them battling it out, they're going to close 20 when it's exclusive. They're probably going to close more than that.
When it's exclusive, yeah.
So I would feel comfortable using that line because I know they're not battling with 3 other people anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I had one. Kenny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I had one guy, and he said, all right, sounds good. And he talked with his partner was with him at the time, and they kind of both jumped on the call. And they said, all right, so you're an expert in paving, or in providing leads.
Right.
Would you consider giving us leads? And if we close the deal, would you be keen for a cut of the profit? So it minimizes their risk, because we don't know what type of leads you're giving us if they're crap, and then you could give us like leads for $450 or whatever. They've been burnt. They've been getting bad leads that they've been paying. I can't remember. I think it was $30 or $40 or something like that for.
All right, so just hang on one second. Let's separate those 2, and let's take them one at a time. Okay, so the first one.
They turned it around on me, saying, would you basically provide the leads for free, and if we close the deals, would you like a nice cut of the job?
That would not be a problem, David. That would not be a problem at all, and I would be happy to do that for you. If I was able to set that up for you, would you be willing to do it right now?
Yeah, I was kind of really taken back, and
stay with it. Just if I was willing to do that right now, give you the leads for free, take a cut of the profit, would you be willing to do the deal right now?
Well, there's no risk. I mean, for sure.
Okay, so then here's how it works. Okay, when I do a deal like that where I'm going to take a percentage, I have no problem doing that. The only reason why I'm able to do that is because I know that my leads won't get it. Right? If they didn't close, I would make it money. I'd be broke. So here's the way it works. What we're going to do is we're going to set a time to meet. Okay, me and you are going to sit down and we're going to meet. And I'm going to give you a piece of paper. And that piece of paper is going to say that for the next 12 months, I'm going to provide you with leads, and you're going to provide me with, what do you say? What percentage? 20%, 30%? What do you think? You pick the number.
15%.
Love it. 15% is perfect. Over the next 12 months, I'm going to send you leads, and you're going to give me 15% of every lead that closes that comes from me, right? Is that what we agreed on?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your average ticket on a deal that you do?
Anywhere between $800 to 10,000.
Okay, well, that's it. David, come on. Come on, we're friends now. We're talking about contracts. What's your average ticket? It's not between 800 and 10,000. I mean, what, come on.
Okay, so maybe on average, maybe about 3,500.
Okay, so 3,500 bucks. Just so we're on the same page here, I want to put this in a calculator. All right, so 3,500 is 15%.
Yeah, I was doing the calculator.
It's going to be $525 per deal, right? Now, let me ask you this. How many people do you think you could handle per month? Because I could send you as many as you want. So what do you think you can handle?
You can send me as many as you want.
I could send you as many as I want. David, listen.
All right.
With a deal like this, I'll drive around town with a jackhammer and break people's driveways up. How many do you need?
I guess we could probably, handle an extra 10 a week.
Okay, so that's 10 deals a week or 10 leads a week?
Oh, 10 leads a week.
10 leads a week. So you're going to close about half of them, right? You think, or what do you think?
I think our close rate's around about 30%.
Okay, so exclusively to you, you think you can close 30%. You're not battling with 3 people. It's exclusively to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so an average of $525 per deal, and you're going to get 3 out of the 10. We'll be fair and say 3 out of the 10. Okay. So my rate, if you're just going to buy the leads, is $3,000 a month. Okay. Now, if we do it your way, which I'm more than happy to do, it's going to cost you $1,500 a week times 4 is $6,300. And those are going by your numbers, not mine. Now, here's the thing. We can sit down and meet and we can sign that contract. And for the next 12 months, I'm going to send you 10 leads a week. You're going to do your part. You're going to close 30% of them, which is 3. Based on your numbers, that's $525 a person, $1,500 a week, $6,000 a month. Or you could do it my way and do 3 and sign now and get started tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, but my way is completely risk-free. So I'm only paying you on successful jobs. Your way is a set fee per month, and I'm still not sure the quality of your leads, and
Listen, David, I have no problem doing it your way at all. The only thing I will tell you is this: once we go that route, do not call me in 2 months and say you want to switch to my way. If we agree on that, then we're good to go. Because when you start paying me $10,000 a month and you're wasting $7,000 a month, then don't call me, crying and complaining. I gave you the offer at $3,000. You want to do it your way, we'll do it your way. I'm not going to fight with you. I'll sign the deal for 12 months. I'll send you 10 leads a month, all your numbers. You close 30% of them at $500 a piece. That's $1,500 a week, $6,000. You're doubling your cost, but if you want to do that, I'm more than happy to do it with you.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's it. Set a time to meet, sign the contract. Or just whatever, do it over the phone, however you want to do it. But that's it. You see how it's very important that a lot went on there. So everyone here should listen to that over and over and over again. I did not say to him, I didn't say to David, I didn't say, I'm going to send you 10 leads. You're going to close 30%. You're going to get 5. I said, what do you close? See how David gave me all the information? And then I just said, based on everything you just told me, you said 500, you said 30%. Now that's $1,500. He was doing the math with me. My rate is $3,000. If you want to double your cost, that's up to you. Whatever. Okay, so it's all your numbers. If I tell you that stuff, it's not as powerful. But you said it yourself.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you for all the information. All right, what's the next one?
Okay, and then this one I'd completely diverted back. Was like, where do you get your leads from? What source? Have you got like a are you like a directory site, or what? Where do they come from?
Well, honestly, David, they come from a lot of different places. But I'll ask you this: does it really matter? I mean, honestly.
Yeah. That's I didn't say it doesn't really matter, but I did say they come from a multitude of places. But once again, I'm not sure if I can even pull it off. But yeah. Yeah,
I mean, listen, if as long as they pay you money and you put the driveway in, does it matter if where I got them from? I could have got them at a church. I could have got them at a pharmacy. It doesn't matter where I got them from. They need a driveway.
I've got
it's a perfect match.
Yeah, I've got a really, really hot lead, like super hot, that I've given. I just yesterday I actually gave him a free lead in probably in one of Adelaide's. Like I live in Adelaide in South Australia,
Yeah.
and I've got a lead in for some work on. Basically, we have a suburb here that is like basically Beverly Hills. Like it's just mansions. It's just massive. It's huge.
Right.
And I just text the guy, "Hey mate, I've got a really hot lead for you. He's got the scope of works of what he needs done. He's in Eiffel Drive, which is like they're just all crazy mansions. I'm talking like just I don't know where like just insane houses. So I gave it to him just yesterday. Can you help me close him?"
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know what do you need help with?
I'm just like what? So just basically the next just like the next piece in the puzzle of like finalizing the deal between us.
Here's going to be the problem. I'm from a different country. I'm more than willing to help you, but I'm telling you, the guy's going to be taken back when he hears an American calling him. Just like one of my guys would be taken back if he heard you calling him. You get him on the phone right now.
Yes.
I don't know what time it is where you are, but you get him on the phone right now, put him on speaker. I'll close him live on the call. But it's going to be harder for me because
Can I do that?
Of course you can, sure. I don't know what the deal is that you guys are working out, but if you want to call him right now, I'll talk to him.
I haven't worked out anything. I just gave him the lead yesterday, and which is like a huge lead where the customer's already got like a pre-done scope of works or whatever it is for some big job.
Right. You gave it to him
and I
yesterday?
just don't know where to. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if I would call him today. If you gave it to him yesterday, give him a day to get in touch with the guy. I would call him tomorrow, and what we could do is me and you could get on Skype together, and we'll call the guy together.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I would be more than willing to do it live on the call. I mean, I don't care about doing that, but I just don't know if the guy. If you want to call him, call him. I just don't know if the guy had time if he reached out to the guy yet. If he didn't reach out to the guy yet and he didn't meet with him yet, it's kind of pointless. You're kind of wasting a contact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was yesterday morning, and he really wanted to catch up and give the job seemed kind of urgent, so he was pretty keen to catch up and give the scope of works documents to the landscaper, I guess.
Just call him.
So I hope they caught up.
Call him, because now you got me all hyped up. Just
all right. So I'm going to call him, and then what do you want me to how do you want me to? I'll just say you're my business partner.
What's the name of your company?
BC Paving.
No, the name of your company is BC Paving?
Sorry. The name of my company is Platinum Web Media.
Platinum Web Media.
Platinum Web Media.
Okay. Call him and don't say anything. What's the guy's name? Should have got that. David, what's his name? Great. I hope he's not calling him. Yeah, Mike, me too. I'm going to get on a cold call. I don't know the guy's name. Not a cold call, but a phone call. If anybody else wants to come on, just raise your hand and let me know, and I'll put you on next. Yeah, David, I'm here, man. I am here. I can't hear you, though, if you're talking. Yeah, that's good, Mike. You got to deal with that stuff. That's important. I don't blame you. David, I can't hear you. So if you're on, I lost your sound and microphone. All right. Well, while David's getting his stuff sorted out, really hope he gets this guy on the phone. Does anyone else want to come on? If not, I'm going to go right to the training that I have for tonight, and then we'll do some Q&A on that after I'm done with it. All right. So I'm going to go. No, David, I can't hear you at all. I don't think anybody can hear you. There's no green bars next to your face, so that means your microphone is not working. All right, so while David gets his stuff worked out, we're going to go over this letter that you guys can't see because I didn't do my screen sharing yet. Sorry. All right, let's see here now. Microsoft Word. Boom. All right, if you guys can see that, please let me know because I'm not good at this webinar jam stuff. So if you guys can see that, just type in the box. Okay, Mike says he can see it, so we're good to go. All right, so this is just one of the proof emails that I send to people, and sometimes it's a FedEx package, sometimes it's an email, whatever, it could be anything. So this is usually right after I I think David's back. You back, David?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Did you get the guy
Yeah.
on
I
the
was
phone?
just trying to. Sorry.
Did you get the guy on the phone?
No, not yet.
You got to give me his name if you're gonna call him.
His name's Matthew.
Okay. Is it Matt or Matthew?
Just Matt.
Matt, like a doormat.
Yeah, well, his name's Matthew, but I guess he likes to be called Matt.
All right, go ahead. You can call him.
All right.
Just don't say anything when you call him. Like
Don't
literally,
say
don't say a word. When he answers, I'll talk.
Hello, Matt speaking.
Hey, Matthew. Is this Matt?
Hello.
Is this Matt?
Speaking.
Hey, Matt. How you doing? This is Kenny. I'm calling from Platinum Web Media. You talked to my partner David yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah, you're very faint. Hang on, let me check my phone.
I'm very faint. I hope not. I'm driving. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, Matt, can you hear me? Matt? David, I don't think it worked. Okay, that didn't work. Did you guys just not hear any of that stuff that I just said? Oh my God. This is why I need someone in here with me, because I couldn't see the screen. I couldn't see your questions, and I just went through this whole entire email. Starting from scratch. You guys didn't hear any of that? Just type in if you missed all of that, what I just went through. Hey guys, if you guys didn't hear that, if you can. Okay, Cindy, you can hear the audio now, but you guys missed the whole entire letter. Okay, that really always sucks. All right, well, I'm sorry about that. That's why I need somebody in here with me to do this, but it's okay. It's no big deal. Because I can't, when I'm on my, I can't see what you guys are typing. I have no idea. So, all right, so I'm just going to run through this. I'm not going to read the whole thing again. I just literally read this whole letter to you. I'm not going to read the whole thing again because you guys can see it yourselves, but I'm just going to go over the important points. So first of all, something that I added. This is basically a process that a friend of mine created. He was a police officer and he started an SEO company with this letter. There was a headline up here, and he used to cold email it. He still does. He sends out cold emails with this letter attached to it in a PDF, and he built a pretty big company doing it. I don't cold email, so I don't use it that way, but I use it as part of my email sequence after I've spoken to somebody. So the first thing you have to notice, I'm going to point out, is this: the appointment day and time. So here, you're going to change that to say something like, I wanted to send you a little information about myself and my company before we speak again in 3 weeks, or whatever you say to end that call. Like, I'm going to call you in a month with a lead, or whatever it is. You just put that in there. Most of my guys that call for me, they're booking appointments, right? They're saying Tuesday at 5 p.m. we're going to talk. So my people do that. So that's why that's in there. But you guys will change it. I'm going to send you a copy of this. You guys will change it to say whatever it is you're saying at the end of your call. So if you're telling them you're going to call them back in 3 weeks, you're just going to say, I wanted to send you out a little information about myself and my company before we speak again in however long you told them. All this stuff is self-explanatory. You can read all that yourself. This part here, you can feel free to change. Understand though, is everyone is paying for something. Everyone is paying for some sort of promotion. So just make it relevant. If you don't know, use Google AdWords. Okay. I use that in about 90% of my emails, even if the company is not using it. I'm not worried if the company themselves are using it. The only thing that I worry about is the industry using it. Okay. As long as the industry is using it, that's all I care about. All right. All that stuff is pretty self-explanatory right there. Company hired me 2 months ago, and this is what happened. So these are the proof images that I include. Okay. This is one company. They're called RedMed. They're an urgent care clinic in Mississippi somewhere. And this is real work that we did. I mean, this is like real stuff. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get proof like this, and you'll all have proof like this in 24 hours. If you do what I tell you right now, and it takes 5 seconds, you will have proof like this in 24 hours, guaranteed, every single one of you. Okay. And it's easy. You don't even have to do anything. You got to post a freaking ad, and I'll show you how to do it. It's simple. All right. So this is the proof. Okay. There's a search term, result 1, result 2, result 3, search term 1, 2, 3. Search term 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the side, phone number right there. Okay. Then this sometimes I will change to regular fonts because I don't want to seem like I'm like, being all Dan Kennedy and stuff. But sometimes I do leave it like that. I would say it's about 50-50, depending on how long, depending on what the wait time is, right? If I'm calling someone and I'm meeting them the next day, I'm probably going to keep this regular font. But if I'm calling them and I'm meeting them in a month, or I just say, I'll call you back in 3 weeks when I have a lead, I'm going to leave it bolded and crazy like this. Okay. All right. All this stuff I don't have to explain. This I do have to explain. We bring you to the first page of Google, bring you more customers, and dramatically increase your revenue. The reason why I took this out originally, because I don't do SEO at all. But I mean, I do it, but I don't sell it, right? I provide it, but I don't pitch it. There's a difference between what you sell and what you provide. I don't ever sell SEO services. So the reason why I took that out was because I don't sell SEO services. I don't want them focused on getting #1 on Google. I want them focused on getting leads in and making more money. That's all I care about. That's all they should care about. But the problem is the response rate went down a lot when I took that out. So what I realized after doing this for the past 10 months or so is that, and by the way, I never use this in my advice-based consulting. I only use this over the past 9 or 10 months or whatever it has been, since I've been basically renting out sites to people. What I noticed is that they want to hear the Google SEO stuff. But after 2 or 3 months, when I show them that I can bring them leads without any of that stuff, or if I happen to get them to number 1 or whatever, great. But if I could do it without that, at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want the leads coming in. They want the money coming in. That's it. So I leave it in there, but they very quickly forget about that whole thing if you bring in them leads in. They just want that in there because they believe that if they can get to number 1 on the first page or whatever, they're going to bring in more leads. If I can bring in more leads without that, they're fine with it. All right, I can only offer this. Okay, so here's where I lead into the thread email, which is going to come next. I only offer my services to one niche per city. It's an integrity thing for me. I can't help you get to number 1 without also helping your competition. All this stuff from here to the end, I added. None of this stuff was in here. No contracts, no empty promises. I either deliver or you pay me nothing. Here's the thing. I will be helping one plumber in Dallas, Texas. It could be you. It could be your competition. That's up to you. Notice how that's the same exact thing I went through, same exact sequence I went through with David on the phone, right? He said, I forget what his objection was, but it was something along the lines of like, is this exclusive or something like that? And I said, listen, right now, I'm the only one that has them. So I can give them to you. We're on the phone right now together. I can give them to you if you want, or I can call somebody else. But right now we're on the phone together. So I could give them to you if you want them, or I can call one of your competitors. But right now we're talking, and I keep saying that. You notice how I said it like 3 or 4 times when we were on the phone? Because you really want to bang it in their head that someone's going to get it. Right now we're talking, so you have the opportunity. But if you pass on the opportunity, then I'm going to call somebody else. And we're kind of setting the same exact thing up here because the next thing that's going to come is the thread email. Now, I'm not going to show you that tonight because I don't want to overload you with stuff. We went through a lot with the calls, and this is a lot as well. So I'm going to explain it, and then I'll show it to you and break it down for you next week. Either way, someone is getting my services, and that one, and the one that does will own the marketplace like I've shown above. Okay, so look. Refer back to this. Owns the space, owns it, right? It's not just one thing. They own the page, okay? I want them to look at this and say, wow, this RedMed company is all, they don't have one thing. They're all over the front page for multiple keywords, all over it, right? Maps, organic results, whatever the hell this thing is, they're all over it, okay? So whoever gets it is going to own the marketplace like I've shown above. If you want to talk before our appointment, or if you're doing we'll call you back in 3 weeks with a lead, you could say, you know, we agreed to talk in 3 weeks, but if you want to call or you want to talk to me before then, feel free to call and let's talk. My direct line is whatever it is. If not, I'll talk to you in 3 weeks, like we said on the phone. Goodbye. Okay, that's it. Now, this is really important because this also is going to lead into the thread email. So I'm going to do I'm going to be doing some brief competitive analysis for you. I'll be looking up info on every plumber inside of Dallas. It should be completed within 24 hours. I'll shoot it over to you when it's done. Okay, now that's the thread email. That comes next. So here's basically how the thread email works. All right. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to say, hey, I sent you out an email yesterday, or I sent you a package yesterday, I sent you a letter in the mail yesterday with some information in it. And at the end of it, I told you I was going to do some competitive analysis for you because I want to isolate and I want to identify the top 5 companies that I feel are the biggest threat to your business. That's kind of how I open it, right? And that's not exact, but that's kind of how it is. Then I say, based on my research and based on what I looked at, these are the 3 companies or 5 companies that I feel are the biggest threat to you. Here's their name of the company. Here's the owner's name. Here's the phone number. Okay. And then what I do at the end of that email, after I list it out, I say, by the way, and I basically repeat this. I say, remember, I'm only going to be working with one person inside the industry. These are the 5 people that I feel are the biggest threat to your company. So we've isolated them out so we know who to watch out for. If you want to call me before our scheduled appointment time or before the 3 weeks or whatever, give me a call. Here's my number. Okay. So it's kind of like I hate this word, but like subliminally threatening them, like saying, hey, one of these 5 people, I can call them right now and they're going to take the deal. So either you're going to get beat up by them or you're going to start beating them up. It's up to you. That's the whole point of the email. And this here sets it up for you. Next week, I'm going to show you the whole thing and we'll break it down line by line, just like we did with this one. All right. Now what I want to show you is this, but I have to switch this webinar jam thing. Sucks. No, Cindy, he was a fireman. It's not, it wasn't him. All right, I got to go back to this and go to that, I believe. Can you guys see my web browser now? Or no? Just let me know if you can see Craigslist in Dallas. You can see, Mike, you can, no, Cindy can't see it. If you guys can see Craigslist in Dallas, Fort Worth right now, just let me know quickly if you can see it right now. You might not be able to see it when I switch back to Webinar Jam. Okay, nobody sees it. All right. All right, let's see if I just share maybe my entire screen. Now I get like a freaking bubble on my screen. That's weird. All right, let's see if you can see it now. If you can see it now, just say something. If you can see it right now. I'm gonna go back to here and just see what you guys say. Okay, so now you guys are saying yes. All right, it might go off for a second and then back on for a second. Okay. So the thread email, here's how it works, right? We're going to list out the top 5 companies. Now, I want to make sure that the person knows the people that I'm listing inside of that email. If they don't know, this is very important. If they don't know the people I'm listing in that email, it's not going to work. The people that I'm listing in the email. Now, how do I know if they know them? The answer is I have no freaking clue if they know them or not. But here's what I do know, right? Plumbers in Dallas, you guys saw me do this search before. Benjamin Franklin Plumber, ranked #1 on the map thing, 111 reviews in Dallas, Texas. Dallas Plumbing Company, okay, 35 reviews, ranked high up here as well. Berkeley's, like all these people right here, this punctual dude or whatever. These people right here, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Now, if we go in here and we search plumbers and services, right? This guy has ever heard of Benjamin Franklin Plumbing? 1000% yes, he's heard of them. He may not know the people that work there, but he knows who Benjamin Plumbing is. If he doesn't know who Benjamin Plumbing is, you don't want to work with him because he's a moron. You have to know who the top person in your industry is. You have to. If you don't know, you're crazy. You got to know. So these people, the people that you're dealing with, and I'm not saying you're calling off Craigslist, but the people that you're going to be working with, you're not going to work with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, right? You're going to work with the people that are on page 4, right? So Benjamin Franklin Plumbing is on page 4 too. They like own the whole freaking area. Holden Plumbing has heard of Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. You see, but Benjamin Franklin Plumbing might never have heard of Holden Plumbing. So if I write an email to Benjamin Franklin Plumbing saying, hey, Holden Plumbing, they're a competitor of yours, watch out. They're gonna be like, dude, who the hell are you even talking about? See, it doesn't work if it's the other way around. Halshaw Plumbing has heard of Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Okay, so you have to look for the top 5 players in the industry, and those are the people you're going to list inside of that email. That's how it works. All right, now let's get out of this and let's go to how to get the proof. Here is how you get the proof in that email. Okay, I'm going to show you. You go on Upwork and you write this. Okay, now I'm going to leave that there for a second, and you guys are going to look at it because I'm not going to write it out for you. You're going to look at it now, and you're going to either write it or whatever. You're going to watch the replay, and you're going to pause this at this point. You're going to write this ad. You can change it a little bit if you want, but don't change it too much. So you're gonna. This is what you're going to write. This is the headline you're going to use. You might want to change it a little bit so we don't have like 25 people with the same headline, but something along those lines. Okay, look at that. I have a 5-star review. Okay, so that's how you're going to do that. Then what's going to happen is you are going to start getting responses back. After you write that email, that ad, you're going to start getting responses back. So you will see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the right person. I'll try though. You're going to see when you get responses back, RV water damage in New Jersey. Go back to this screen and do this. This screen. Balmoir collision. Balmoir collision. Look at that. 1, 2. Right? What was his other thing? The other one was auto repair in Balmoir. Actually, let's look at this one. RV repair in South Jersey. Okay, that one's no good because he's not even on here. All right, let's see one more. He said it was number 2, but I didn't see it on there. Let's take a look at this one. There you go. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Right? So that's how you get the proof. And I have like hundreds of these things. It just takes one ad to do this and you're good. And then don't leave me yet because there's another step to this when we're done here. You just got to kind of find the right one. I wanted to show you RedMed, which is this might be the guy. No, that's not it. Okay, let's look at this though. Hospice Care, South Carolina. Care.net. Take a look. Looks pretty good. Hospicecare.net. Okay, so watch this. 803,000 things. So watch what I do. Ready? Want to create a proof email? This is how you do it. High-tech shit, huh? That's how it works. That's it. And I just go edit, copy, into Word, paste, done. That's how it's done. Okay, now here's the key. This is step number 2, because if you just do this, then and you try to use other people's proof to close your deal, and then that's where you stop, then you're basically a criminal, I think. So here's the deal, right? If I go in here and I shut this deal down, this guy, oh, this girl, sorry, Rachika, this girl is going to get the deal for that client, right? So if I send an email out with, and I'm doing a hospice care thing, and I send an email out showing all of her proof, then she's going to get the deal and she's going to do more hospice care work for another client in another city, and she's going to do the same thing she did for hospice care in South Carolina. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm closing a deal using her proof, but then I instantly give her the deal that I used her proof on. Okay, a lot of people look at that when they first look at, and this is actually the RedMed girl. There you go, that's her. Okay, so a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, you're using other people's proof. Yeah, but the other people are going to be doing the work. To show my proof of SEO, I'm not going to do the SEO work. My proof is on page like 50 because I don't know how to do anything. So I'm not going to show something that I'm going to do because I'm not doing the work. Rashika is going to do the work. So I'm going to show what Rashika can do. Part of my company. Okay, once I hire her, she's part of my company. And look at all the people that I have from one ad. This was like 10 months ago. Look at all these people. And what's cool about it is this person, look right here. Oh, there's Rashika. She works for an agency. But a lot of times they will give you their information. So I don't usually hire people off of Odesk. It's very rare that I'll do that. Usually what I'll do is they'll get in like Skype information or whatever. Like if you guys look at my Skype, I probably shouldn't show you this, but like all these people, this guy, it's his birthday today. That guy, that guy, that guy. These are all SEO people, every single one of them, right? They're all from here, but I don't hire them on here. I don't do the work on here. I just get their information on here, and then I work a deal outside of Upwork. Okay, for the most part. Now I've hired some people who like for basic stupid crap, like, hey, go scrape some leads for me or whatever. But for the most part, I only hire people off of here. And this just goes on for like ever and ever and ever. And if you guys just post that ad tonight, you'll have this by the morning. And you'll be able to just look at all this stuff. Now, the best ones, a lot of times, like they'll attach something, but I don't really like that when they do that. That's kind of annoying. The best ones are the ones that give you the keywords and the website in the application. Oh, Ryan Lee is online. Hey, what's up? Let me see if I can find one more just to show you guys another example. Okay, so this one right here, sensitive dental care. Keywords, SCD sonic brush. Go over here, do that. sensitivedentalcare.com. That was the one, right? Yeah, sensitive dental care, floss system, Perio special, whatever, first and second spot, sensitive dental care. So if I was doing like a dentist office or whatever, like this guy has the whole freaking top. It's like everything is him. You know what I mean? 7,500 results. All I do is go to my little clipper. If you guys are on a Mac, you're weird and I don't know what the hell to tell you. But all I do is I go to my little clipping thing and I'm like, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Point out the keyword. Owned. We got the whole first page. Okay. So that's how I make my proof stuff. It's very, very simple. All right. So questions. Let's hear them. How the hell do I shut this thing off? There we go. Oh, see, Mike just said use Jing for Mac. And he said, let me write this out. That's a good recommendation. I didn't even think of that. Jing is actually really good and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Yeah, and Mike too. Mike asks, like, he says, "Wow, great stuff. I wonder how many hours she takes to rank something." Dude, listen, that girl, she's like 1 out of. Let me see. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can start this back up. I know this is like really clunky tonight, guys, but I literally have no idea how to use Webinar Jam at all. So, you guys should be able to see that. Okay, let's get back to this and this. Okay, so this is like one ad, and there's so many people on here. It's like ridiculous. And I know a lot of you probably won't do this tonight or whatever, but 1 or 2 of you will do it. And by the time you wake up in the morning, you're gonna be like, holy crap, there's gonna be like 50 or 60 people that reply to your ad. But you have to make sure that the ad is right. It just keeps going like forever. There's so many people on here, and they all, if it's the right ad, they'll all give you what you ask for. And it's just a matter of who's going to close the deal for you. These people are like my salespeople, right? These people are the ones closing the deal. I'm using their information to close the deal. They're going to be doing the work. So, all right. But again, let me just go back to the post real quick so you guys can see that one more time. And then, all right, that's the ad right there. Please include proof in your applications. All applications without proof will not be replied to. Please do not apply without proofs that you can rank website. I mean, I kind of just let them know, right? And that's it. But the thing is this is the key, right? Because I don't want to teach you guys this stuff and then have you go out and become freaking criminals. When you use someone's proof to get the deal done, give them the deal. Right? I want to be very, very clear on that. I am not telling you to take someone's proof and then just hire somebody else to do the work. What I'm telling you to do is take the guy's proof, use it to close the deal, and then give that guy the deal when you close it. And it's going to benefit everybody, right? First of all, it's the honest and right thing to do. Second of all, if that person is ranking RedMed like that in Mississippi, well, then they're going to be able to rank a medical clinic in South Carolina the same exact way. or in Texas or in Florida or wherever. They have experience in that industry. And I don't know if that matters in SEO or not, but it might. I feel more comfortable giving it to that guy than I would somebody else, right? So I'm going to pass that deal right on to that person. So it benefits everybody involved. The medical company, the freaking hospice care place, they get the benefit of getting more leads and traffic and everything else. The guy on Upwork gets $5 an hour and he lives in Pakistan, so he's a millionaire, and I close a deal. That's all that matters. Everybody's happy. It works every time. Okay, so that's how it's done. All right, let's close this out now. If you guys have any questions about that, you can let me know. And if anyone else has any questions about the telephone or anything else, you can also, we can talk about that too. But if you have any questions about the email that I send, the process of getting proof or anything like that, let me know. This you don't have to worry about, because this we're going to give you inside of however the hell Lee does it. I've never even seen the members area, to be honest with you. But however, I just send him all the stuff. However he does it with the membership area, wherever the replays are, this is going to be like right on that page somewhere. All right, because I'm going to send him this document to give you guys as well. So this you don't have to worry about. The ad, though, you guys will have to write yourself. But just make sure you follow that process that I taught you. All right, so questions, comments, issues, or am I done? That's up to you guys. And if anyone else wants to come on and talk, you can as well. Just let me know. So I'll hang out for a couple more minutes. If nobody has any questions, then we'll end it there. If you guys have questions, then start typing or raise your hand and let me know you want to come on the mic or whatever. Thanks, Mike. If anyone else has, if anyone has any questions, this is like the last call, and then I'll just end it here if you guys don't have anything. If anyone here is going to post an ad on Upwork tonight so that they can get proof for their emails, because I know a lot of you guys, to be honest with you, I'm really shocked because David has freaking deals that like he should be taking money from tomorrow. Cindy closed like 70% of the people. She got leads from 70% of the people. That's really awesome. All right, so you guys need to move to the next step, which is starting to indoctrinate them in your stuff. So what I want to know is who is going to post an Upwork ad so that you get proof for your stuff. David, this right here, yeah, you want to close one out, and you will. You got to get the guy on the phone, and I'll help you do it. Here's the thing. This is going to help you with what we were just talking about with that guy. These are the people that are going to fulfill your stuff. When you post this ad, you're going to find someone on there. Now, again, you're in Australia, so it might be different for you. Maybe there's another, like an Upwork site that you use in Australia. I don't know, but whatever it is, however you get outsourcers, right? You're going to post an ad like this, and there's going to be like tons of people that contact you and like, hey, I need this stuff done, and you'll be able to get it done through them. Very easy. Okay, we could do it for you too, but it's better, honestly, if you just find your own people. I would be more than happy to do the deal for you, but like I said, it's better that you just find your own people and start building your own team. All right, so David just posted his ad. Nice, good job. Oh, we're not authorized to access it because you're probably logged in. Well, David just posted an ad. That's awesome. Anyone else have anything that they want to share or talk about or complain about or yell at me about? Anyone want to try to stump me on a cold call or whatever? Can't overcome an objection. You have about 2 minutes to start talking, or I'm out. and you say, Deb, no, it wasn't. Deb is asking the part where the audio dropped out. It wasn't recorded on my end. It wasn't recorded on my end either, but I did it over again. I said the same thing basically over. The only difference is the first time I read the whole email. But I mean, you know, I don't do that again. Okay, David, I love you, man. The ad is terrible. Just listen, man. I'm being honest with you. The ad is terrible. Look, I got to show you this. Okay, watch. Good job. Good job of posting the ad. It's just not good. Okay, let's do this. Present to everybody. I'm not going to show your ad because you didn't say that I can show it, so I'm not going to do that. But watch. Look at your ad, David. Okay, then look at my ad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. Ryan Lee's back online. 8 lines. Yours is 8 paragraphs. Okay, just listen. I need SEO work done now. I need to hire 3 or 4 people. The only way I'm hiring you is if you have experience. Show me experience. Prove it to me. Show me that you can do the work. Do not apply if you don't have proof. Submit your application with proof. If your application is not submitted with proof, I will not reply to you. We pay quick. We give good feedback. We need to hire 3 people. Start now. Apply. You don't have to go into like, you know, we got oak trees in the front yard. We've been in business for 47 years. My dad's name is Ronald. You don't have to go into any of that crap. Tell them what you want and end it. That's it. You want the proof. It has to be in there. Apply now. We need 3 people. But hey, man, good. Listen, you posted an ad. You can always edit it. That's not a problem. And I'm not going to let you sit there with an ad like that just to be nice. I mean, it's not good. So fix it and get results. Alabama Mike, the Upwork people, do you contact them through that service or do you get their info and get in touch with them directly? I almost always get them off of Upwork. So let me see if I could. I forgot how I got to the other side of this thing now. Hang on a second. All right, so some of these people, like, oh, you guys can't see this. Hang on a second. Mike, I'll get to that in 1 second. Okay, so some of these people here. So I invited this guy, right? So when you post an ad, the best thing you can do when you post an ad is just, it's going to give you like people that you can invite. Just like smash that button. Just invite everyone that you can. So I accepted the interview. Please feel free. Find the screenshot of ranking sample. Please feel free to contact me. All right, so maybe this guy is not a good example. I want to try to find, like, sometimes, let's see if this person, okay, yeah, available by Hangout or Skype 24/7. Sometimes when they write you, they'll just give you their Skype email, Skype address. A lot of times they do that, so. But right now I'm like kind of hitting a wall on the whole Skype thing. I promise you though, some of them do it. Oh, there you go, right there. Okay, available on Skype. Axat Technologies. Okay, you want to freaking spam that guy only as you can. He has good proof too. This guy, I don't think I've ever done work with this guy because he has some weird sites. But this guy has really good proof. Look, Texo Silver. Watch. It ranks for everything. Right there. That's his site right there. See, Mexican silver store. Mexican jewelry stones. I just don't know how to sell, like I don't know who I could sell this stuff to. But, you know, look, you want to do proof for this guy, go on your little clipper tool or Jing, as I think Mike said, and boom, right there. 14.2 million. So if you guys want to talk to him, you can. I never did work with him, so I don't know how reliable he is, but his stats on Upwork are pretty good. He has 90% success rate hours. And, you know, like I said, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but I always get them outside of Upwork for the most part. And you know, like I said before, sometimes if it's just a little job where I need someone to scrape something or whatever, then I'll do that. But for the most part, I don't. I don't hire them through Upwork. Alabama Mike, one quick question. I'm going to contact people that have high value, but only one or two of the businesses exist in each area. It's not like I could find 50 in one city wide and get 50 in one state. You can, but the only thing that I would warn you about is the distance. So I have no idea what you're talking about, like as far as what the thing is, but if it's something where people have to actually go to the place, then you can't say to a guy in Tampa that, the guy in Tallahassee is threatening. Like that's freaking 5 hours away. You know what I mean? It's different. It's almost a different state. So just be wary of that, right? If it's something where they're going to have to travel, then it might not work as well. Oh, that's right. Yes. I remember that now. So yours is a little bit of a different deal though, Mike, because you're not necessarily going to be getting leads from inside the state. You're going to be getting leads from out. Like I don't go to a place like that. I have one that's pretty close to my house. It's like I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's one like what you're talking about, but it's stuff that goes through the air instead of stuff that runs on the ground, if you know what I mean, without giving away what you're doing. And it's really close to my house. I'm not going to go to that one, right? I'm going to go down to Arkansas. Like I'm going to fly, you know what I mean? Like I want to go away to do that stuff. So you're getting leads from outside of the area that you're in. So you're not going to compete when you're doing your competitive analysis. You're not competing against just the people in Arizona. You're competing against all of the other people that do the same thing that you posted before you posted. Yeah. Right. So it's all of those. It's the ones in Polk County, Illinois, one of the biggest counties in the United States to do what you just wrote. Right? People can't even do it there. That's how popular it is. It takes years to get access to it. So that's where that's the competition. It's not a statewide or a county-wide thing. It's all over the United States. It's a very unique situation that you're in with that one. But it's a great, awesome industry to be in. Can all this be done as an individual and not a company? Sure. Nee says, of course it can. Cindy, a friend approached me to direct sell for them, and there are two different businesses. One, they make. The other is they. Cindy, you do it the way. No, you can ask any question you want here. That's fine. You do it the way that I was doing with David. So, like, remember when he said, "Can I just pay for the leads?" But see, the thing is with you, it's a friend, so you have to be like a little softer than I was. But when he said, "Can I pay for the leads?" and I was like, "You can if you want to," and then I did the math for them for David, then it made sense for him to flip over. Or I signed the contract at $6,500 a month, right? Or 10 leads a week, or whatever the numbers were. So I would approach it the same way. I would tell them, listen, you can hire me if you want, but first of all, I'm not coming to your office and working 12 hours a day. I mean, that's just not happening. But I'll send you the leads to do it, and you can pay me a commission on every deal that closes. But I mean, just do the math, right? And you're friends with the person, so you could say things like, I'm not going to screw you over on it. I mean, we've known each other for a while, so do the math on it. You can hire me and pay me a commission, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's not worth it for you to do that because you're going to lose a lot of money. And if they want to pay you a commission and you think it's worth it and they can close deals and your leads are good, why not? Here's the way that I think about it. I don't want to get too much off on a tangent with this one, but here's the way that I look at it. You should be willing to work on commission on every deal that you do. I think that every single one of you, I feel this way at every deal that I do. Every single one of you should beg for that person to say, if you can give me the leads for free and I pay you a commission on the deal, would you do it? You should beg for people to ask you that question. Does anybody know why? If you think you know why, just type it in the box. Not sure I could build this funnel, but maybe we could do this next week. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to build, Cindy. If you just here, let me Well, I think all you guys have my email address, right? Sending Cindy my. Here, Cindy, just contact me and I'll help you with it, whatever you have. Mike says money. No, that's not why. Don't know how to get leads from those for those industries. Okay, well, you get me on Skype and we'll talk about it. I'll help you. Okay, no, it's not because you're going to make more money. It's because if you don't feel confident enough in your leads that you're willing to take commission off the deal, then you're not doing the right thing, right? Here's the thing. That discount has to be real, right? I'm not going to say that to David if I don't actually believe that those 10 leads I send him are going to turn into 3 deals. Now, assuming that the person can sell, right, on the other end of the deal, assuming that driveway guy can sell, I have to be confident enough that my leads are good enough that he's going to close 3 out of 10 of them. And if that's the way that I feel about my leads, I should be begging him to give me 15% of the deal if he charges $3,000 a driveway, right? The reason why a lot of people are like, no, I can't do that. I'm never going to give you stuff for free. Well, then, dude, you don't believe in what you're doing. If you believed in your leads, you'd happily give me the free ones, 10 of them for free to try out, and I'll give you 15%. Why wouldn't you do that? Right? I'll do that deal all day long. If that guy's going to sign a 12-month contract with me and take 10 leads a week, I'll do that all day long. The first time he doesn't take 10 leads, I'm bringing him to court and I'm suing him. The first time he doesn't pay me that 15%, I'm suing him again. That's it, man. Listen, been to the old court quite a few times. That's just the way it is. That's business. You know, listen, you're not in business until you've been in a lawsuit at least one time. That's the way it works. And you got to win too. Right. Cindy got the right answer. It shows your leads are good. That's what it is. If you're willing to take that deal, then you're confident in your leads. If you're not willing to take the deal, then that's it. If I'm a salesperson, I'm not going to walk in and say, give me $50,000 a year and I'll come and work for you. No, if I'm asking for $50,000 a year to work for them, I don't believe in my ability to close deals. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to say, give me 20% of the deal. And then just let me perform. Give me 20% of the deal and shut the hell up and let me do my thing. Stay out of my way. That's what I'm going to say if I walk in for a sales job. I don't want a salary. I don't want a car. I don't want a watch. I want you to give me 20% of my production, and then I want you to leave me the hell alone. Because I know that I could perform. If you're not willing to take the commission deal, then you don't believe your leads are going to perform. Now, I'm not telling you all to go out and build a business that way, because that's not how you build a business, right? But if you have to default back to that, if you can't close somebody, that shouldn't be a problem. You have to sign a contract with them, though. You have to sign a contract if that's the way it's set up. And I'm not saying you're going to have to go into court every single day and sue people, because most of the time you're not going to have to do that. If you're giving them leads and they're making money, they're going to be happily paying you. It's not a big deal. But there are going to be people who jerk you around. And sometimes you got to get a judge involved. That's the way it works. Always have a good lawyer on staff. And I have a really good one. He's pretty cheap too, but he's good. Okay, so if anybody else has any other questions, let me know. If not, we can end it there. And Cindy, I'll talk to you, and we will move on to next week. All of you guys post ads on Upwork tonight. You guys are going to be absolutely blown away by the results that you get with that. And you're all going to have proof to send out to people. And once you have that, then you have fulfillment handled. So when you get into a situation like David got in, where somebody says, right now I'm paying $40 a lead, you can then say, if I can get you $20 a lead and double your closing ratio and only send them to you, would you do the deal right now? You could be confident in saying that because you know you have people on Upwork. You have 40 people that apply to your job and they can perform. The only reason why David didn't close that deal is not because he doesn't have the ability to close it. He could have shut that guy down. Listen to him talk. He could have shut that guy down in 2 seconds. The only reason why he didn't shut the guy down is because he didn't know how to fulfill it. When you get to the Upwork stage, and all of you should do that tonight, when you get to that Upwork stage, now you have fulfillment handled. You can fulfill through us too. I'll fulfill every deal you guys have. But if you're going to build a business, don't pay me to do it. Build your own business. Build your own team. My guys will do it. I'm going to charge you for it. My guys will do it. But build your own team. Stop thinking about making money and start thinking about building a business. How do you know which leads you sent were closed? Hey, Kenny, one thing, can we privately call Matt back and try and close him? Yeah, if you can get him on the phone where I can hear him, sure. How do you know which leads you sent were closed? You call the guy back. That's what you do. You call him back and you say, hey, you're going to hear when we call this guy, like I'm going to call him. The first thing I'm going to say to him is, hey, we sent you that guy the other day. I don't know if you got in touch with him yet. But now notice how I'm saying it, right? I'm not saying, did you get in touch with him? That's not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, we sent you that guy the other day. Did you get in touch? You get in touch with him yet? I don't know if you got in touch with him yet, right? Something like that. And then he's going to say to me, oh, no, we haven't talked to him yet. Or he's going to say, oh, yeah, we have an estimate with him on Tuesday. Or he's going to say, yeah, we're starting to work next week, right? Or he's going to say, I called the guy and he told me to go kill myself and he hung up on me. He answers that question, I'm going to kind of walk around and see where I got to go, right? If he says to me, yeah, we have an estimate next week, I know I'm too early. If he says to me, the job's scheduled to start next week, I know he got paid, right? Because the guy's going to take a deposit. So I know he got paid. And now I'm going to go into, okay, fine. We're going to send you 10 of those a month. It's going to cost you $3,000 a month, all right? Or whatever the deal is, okay? But that's like that's another couple weeks still. We can do it when we're done here, David. Yeah, sure. I doubt I can find someone who has done the keyword for these things that I'm doing. So I suppose I need to find something similar. No, Mike, you have to explain to your prospects that search engine optimization is search engine optimization. Now that's difficult to do. Okay. So what you brought up is a very, very good point. What you want to do is you want to target the people that your people on Upwork are ranking for already. Right? So I don't work in the medical industry, but you saw the RedMed proof, right? With that proof, I'm going to target doctors. I'm going to target, anything in the medical industry because I want them to be able to relate to the people that I'm talking to. With your deal, though, you got to play at another angle. You have to say, listen, here's the proof for a lawyer, a doctor, a dentist, a plumber, or whatever, on and on and on. And what you have to understand is, this is kind of hard to talk about because I don't want to mention what you do, but you have to understand, I don't even know how to explain this without saying what you do, but you have to relate it to what their industry, right? So like doing this one activity is similar to doing it when it's in the air, and it's similar to doing it when it's running, and similar to doing it when it's flying, and similar to doing it when it's something that goes boom and something that doesn't go boom, right? All of those things are similar. They're different, but they're similar. The process is the same. You got to do all the same stuff. Well, SEO is the same thing. It's a process just like what you guys do. You take people to a certain thing and you do certain things and you get people ready in a certain way and you spray certain stuff on and all this crazy stuff. You bathe in pee for a week and all this other stuff. And then something happens or they get a result. Well, SEO is the same thing, whether it's a plumber, a doctor, a lawyer, a roofer, or a driveway guy. It doesn't matter what it is. The process is always the same. So that's the angle that you have to take with your people. Don't look for another industry, though, because your industry is probably the best one in here. What do you say if the lead hung up? You mean the person that I sent them hung up, or the person that I'm calling hung up? City, just clarify that a little bit. I don't know if you're talking about if I got hung up on or the person that I sent them hung up on them. If the person I sent them hung up on them, I'm going to call and ask them why. So if you want to give me a reason why, then I'll probably be able to help you, because that's only going to happen for one of two reasons. If Dave's lead he gave hung up on the driveway guy. Okay, so that's going to happen for a couple of reasons, right? Number one, the driveway guy's a moron and he handled the call wrong. Number two, the lead sucked. That's really there's only two options, right? So if I'm going to call the guy, I'm going to say, you know, did you get the guy on the phone or whatever? He's going to say, yeah, the guy called me and I called him and he hung up on me right away. He told me he was not interested. He hung up on me right away. Well, then I'm going to feel like a moron because Dave's lead sucked, right? But that's part of the game. Okay, that happens sometimes. Now, if I talk to the driveway guy and he's like, yeah, I got the lead and he hung up on me, I'm going to say, okay, well, what happened? And I'm going to say, and he's going to say, well, you know, I tried to book an appointment and he just said no and whatever. And we talked about this, we talked about that. And it's part of his process. And I'm kind of going to try to work with him on how to be better on the telephone and book more appointments for a little while. I'm not going to give him a whole class on it, but I'm going to take him for 5 minutes and I'm going to, you know, talk to him about how he can handle that call better. Because if he can't handle calls and he can't close deals when they come in, he's no use to me anyway. So those are the only two options that happen. And really it's case-by-case basis on how I handle it. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, you have like another minute to type them in, and then we'll end it there. No problem, Cindy. All right, guys, that's it. Go post your ads on Upwork. Do that tonight. And when this replay goes up, I guess tomorrow or whenever, tomorrow afternoon, this Word document is going to be in there as well. So you guys can use that. Just make sure the proof is not going to be in there. I'm going to put the word proof in 3 times so you know where to put the proof, but I got to take my images out. So I'm going to send you the document over. You put your images from Upwork in there. Just make sure, again, I can't stress this enough, hire the people that you use the proof from. Do not steal proof from people and hire other people. Hire the people that you use the proof from. If you do that, everyone's happy, everyone makes money, and it always works, okay? So that's how you do it. Hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. I know it was a little crazy with me being solo because I can't operate 2 things at one time, but we made it. And I think it was a pretty good call. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions between now and next week, let me know. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday.